Hi guys, this is Lethos again. I'm going to go through what talents I choose for PvP and why I choose them. First we're going to start off with MedTech, 2 points, that's a given. Half a second off the cast time of a heal you're going to use most often, and healing scan procs rapid scans less heat, so obviously you want to use that. Next we're going to put 3 points into hired muscle to give you a 6% crit chance. That's really a no-brainer. You're not going to put any points into improved heat. You shouldn't be using vent heat very often, maybe once every 5 minutes or so, so it's really not worth spending 2 points on. Supercharged gas obviously is the staple of our entire spec. Without it, we don't really have any burst healing ability, so that's a given. Surgical precision system is a must for PvP. You're going to be beat on all the time, so pushback is really important. We're not going to put any point. Oh, excuse me. We're going to put 2 points into empowered scans. Obviously, this again is one of those no-brainer type talents. It gives you 6 stacks of combat support cylinder. So next, power shield. Some people don't really love this. I'm a huge fan because I know when I pop my shield, especially when we get up to protective field, I'm going to become invincible. So I'll always take that. Kotal missile, obviously that's your only instant heal when you're running that's not on a huge cooldown, so it's a big one. Next, now you have some choices. You have 3 points to play with. Heat damping, I'm not a big fan of because again I don't really have much issues with heat. I like to put 2 points into, or excuse me, 1 point into critical reaction for now, and we're going to put 2 points in Koto residue. The 5% increase in healing, to me, makes a difference. Protective field, I love protective field. Again, it makes me pretty much invincible when people are beating on me. Plus, it helps you get a 5k crit if your gear isn't too high. Critical efficiency, obviously, that's one of the biggest points or talents we have. Otherwise, we would have a ton of heat problems. Cure Mind, I'm going to take it. I use Cure probably not as often as I should, but it's really good. I just wish it worked on force powers, which unfortunately it doesn't. Koto Shell, that does about 7k healing when you combine all 10 stacks together, so it's really worth it. Plus, it doesn't cost any heat. So, Proactive Medicine, I like it because it's a hot that, I mean, it's not going to do a tremendous amount of healing, maybe about 1200, 1300, but that could be the difference between letting a ball carrier get across the line or not. Now you have 1 point to choose. You could either come back down here to critical reaction, or you could throw it into reactive armor. I usually like to put in reactive armor, just because it gives me an extra, like if I cast heals on myself, it's going to give me about 3%, 3 to 4% fewer damages taken. So that's one of the reasons I'm putting it here instead of taking powered insulators, by the way. 4% less damage isn't really worth 2 points. I forgot to mention that. Obviously, you're going to put 5 points in Warden. That's a critical healing bonus. It's going to be a huge increase. And then Emergency Scan is just a pretty good talent. You can crit about 4k on it if you're lucky. Next, we're going to go to the Arsenal tree. Integrated system. Some people really like taking this. I think it's not worth 2 points. 2% healing and 2% received isn't... I mean, you're talking the difference between casting a 2000 heal or a 2040 heal. So it's not really worth it. Iron Sights, obviously 9% aim is a huge increase in our stats, so we're going to take that. And then, since I love to use Koto Shell, I like taking Mandalorian Iron Warheads. Yeah, because I use Koto Shell very often in PvP, if you ever watched any of my videos. Custom Enviro Suit, all healing received by 6% and 2% endurance. Not mandatory, but I really like it because it helps me keep myself up. People love to target me, and if you're a healer, they're going to love to target you too. Upgraded Arsenal, obviously 3% crit is 3% crit. So, lastly, we're going to come over here to system calibrations, and 4% alacrity for only 2 points is really nice. There's really nothing else. Increased tech accuracy, you don't need that. Endurance, 3% endurance isn't going to make a difference in the end. Over here we have muzzle fluting. Again, you shouldn't be using power shot and you don't have tracer missile. And lastly, you don't need this as a DPS ability. So that's what I choose. to use my talents for. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments.